the team leader for the negative. A writer, comic and actor whose craving for failure has been thwarted by a long string of successes. Leading the argument that winning is not everything, please welcome Greg Fleet.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, basically, to end the argument, I'd like to present you with this. Now, this is a piece of cheese. I think you will all vouch for that. It's real. It exists. It's here. It's cheese. Therefore, winning isn't everything. Basically, the debate is over. We now know for a fact there is at least winning and cheese. So, winning is one of at least two things. But, just to make it more sporting, I'll pretend that cheese doesn't exist. Now, what the hell is that? Now, sure, winning is great. Winning is a wonderful thing. We all know that. Winning is an amazing thing. But is it everything? I say no. I say it's not. I mean, Cathy Freeman, great Australian athlete. At the last Olympic Games, she came second in the 400 metres. She did not win, but she made us all proud. We loved her. We went, hooray for Cathy Freeman. She's come in second. She's tried hard. She's done well for Australia. The Jamaican bobsled team in the Winter Olympics. I mean, hilarious. What a concept. They were never going to win. But how fantastic are they? All of these people who didn't win. I mean, our opposition, for example. They've come down tonight. They're not going to win, but they're here. And if they do win, we don't care, because winning's not important to us. No? It's not everything. Now, one of the greatest things in Australian history, the Anzac legend, the Gallipoli legend, that's one of the greatest things in Australian military history. We didn't win. We went to where someone else lives and we went, oi, rack off. And they went, nah. And we went, yeah. And they went, nah. And then they shot us heaps of times and we left. We were never going to win there. We were never going to win there, and primarily because Australians are too friendly. We don't have our own wars, right? We generally wait for someone like England to ring us up and say, hello, look, we're having a bit of a war. We'd rather need some chaps to run at the very front bit and get shot. And we just go, oh, yes. I'm sure at the start we must go, no. We must go, no, it's got nothing to do with us. But we're so ludicrously easy to fire up in this country. They just say something like, oh, I think you should. They called you poofs. We're like, fucking right, eh? You fucking eating, eh? You know? I mean, you're never going to win any kind of military conflict when you're called the Anzacs. I mean, you can't name your elite fighting force after a biscuit. You know? I mean, imagine being crouched in the jungles of Malaya going, look out, it's the Tim Tams. It's not going to work. We were never going to win there. And my grandfather was in that war. And when I was growing up, he always used to say to me, Greg, I fought in the war for you, son. I fought in the war for you, son. And he'd say it just like that, you know, like with a microphone and everything. I can put this down now. That was all for that gag. But, winning is not everything. And like, in our election, in our most recent election campaign, everybody wants to win. I went to do a voiceover for, like, one of the things I do in my job is this. Little snipper, who's a snippy one? Who's got a little tummy? Who's got a little tummy? Tummy. But not very often. One of the other things that I do in my job is voiceovers for ads and stuff. So I went to do this ad for a travel company during the election campaign. And every sort of party wants to win in the election. And when I went to do this voiceover, you go to like a recording studio, you read out your script, and you leave it there and you leave. Now, you can take it with you, but generally people leave the script there. When I came in to do this, someone had been in before me doing an ad for the One Nation Party. And they had left the script there. And I wish to God I had kept the script, because it was insane. And it went something like this, and I'm probably exaggerating bits of it. And now a word from One Nation. Australia's a grouse country, with heaps of grouse stuff for all real Australians to enjoy. But we're under threat from immigration. Asian and Aboriginal labour has already invaded many of our great Australian manufacturers, including Sanyo, Toyota and Mitsubishi. And with more and more immigrants coming to Australia, driving our Hondas, stealing our jobs, going on the dole with millions of dollars worth of diamonds shoved up their asses, you've got to ask yourself specifically, can we afford it? And the answer is, no fucking way, what are you? At the next election, vote One Nation and say no to Aboriginal immigration. Written and authorised by the One Nation Party. We'd be sexist too, but our leader's a chick. Now, they wanted to win, and essentially what I just said then had nothing to do with the topic of the debate. It was just me trying to give you something to make you happy. A little bit of comedy, it was entertaining, we all had a laugh. Winning's not everything, yeah. Anyway, thanks very much.